Uh, it's a little early. I'm going to be messing with the computer so I can see the comments easier over here. Nobody's in here yet anyway, so just for a few minutes here, we're going to be not doing much. Well, I figure out how to watch myself. There we go, I think. Yeah. Yep, there I am. Yep, there I am. Okay. Okay, we're all set up. We'll turn this down because it's going to cause problems. The lag really messes with me. I don't know why it's that way. But anyway, so we'll just kind of, I guess I'm going to hang out. Oh, got somebody there. Leave me a comment. Yeah, I'm about 6 minutes early, so anyway. Oh, I think that's me that's the one there. Oh. Well, it's Sunday evening. I don't even know what the date is. Oh, there it is. February 16th, 2025. What a year it's been already, huh? I don't know. Okay, I'm back. I hope that doesn't happen very often. So, yep, just kind of hanging out here right now, waiting on some more maybe people to get in here. I don't know if they will or not. This is my second live attempt. I went live last night for about 30 minutes, just kind of a surprise deal. I'm thinking if this works out, I may do this at least once a week, maybe twice, maybe more. I can't do it too much, not right now, because I work evenings, and, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how much interest I can drum up on. See if that's better. See if I can drum up interest, late night lives. I don't know. That'll be the side of my head. I don't know. Roger probably hit me. So, it's 3 minutes till 6. I'm sure this is exciting, but I don't think anybody's watching but me. So I'm just going to be talking to myself, which is what all my videos are anyway. I mean, maybe somebody will show up and we can talk about something. Like I said, I wasn't even aware that I could stream yet or go live on YouTube. So here I am. Found out yesterday, or it wasn't yesterday, it was Friday that I found out I could do this, that I met the requirements to live stream. So, I don't know, hopefully you can hear me okay with the heater going. Last time I checked, it was about 25 degrees here. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. And I guess, I don't know. Okay, I guess it says there's 2 people watching now. So, alright. Well, anyway, I guess I'll talk about my day or my weekend. My day. I talked about yesterday in that live. But, well, no, nobody wanted to watch. Anyway, I had to go to the neighbors this morning and get our bull and our heifer. They decided to go visiting last night. So we got over there and got them. We got up and me and Ethan talked about what to do. You know, should we hook the trailer up? Well, we decided we was going to use the trailer. Go over and put them in the trailer and haul them home. Well, we couldn't get the tractor started, and I'm afraid to take the truck back where the trailer is right now. So we ended up just going over and walking them back down the road. It wasn't too bad. It was easier than the last time we did it. So we got them back over here, got them in a pen, and I needed to get them another bale of hay. So we got the tractor started finally. And the bale spear on the tractor. And we went over, or I got a bale of hay on the tractor. And I've got to drive off of my property and onto the road and then back onto my property to get to where the cows are, get the hay where the cows are. Because in my infinite wisdom, I put the hay on the opposite side from where the cows are. But anyway, so when I went to pull back onto my property from the road, the tractor started bogging down, blowing black smoke really bad. And so I shoved the clutch in real quick and it straightened up. I went about 2 feet and started doing it again. I just got up off of the road and it died. It wouldn't start. So I got mad, went in the house, you know, because I didn't know what was going on. I still don't know what happened. But I go in the house, you know, get something to eat. I hadn't had breakfast yet. Maybe that was my problem. I was hangry. But anyway, I told Ethan, I said, well, look, it was about 12:30 by then. I said, 2 o'clock, we'll go out there and see if I can get that tractor started and see what we can get done. So we went out and strung cords together all the way out to the front. You know, we had like 200 feet of stitching cords spread out there. And we got it started. It didn't give us much trouble. Started up, had no more trouble out of it. So I don't know whether we had some fuel gelling up or if it was something else. I don't know. But so we did that, and I come out here and mess around the shop. Just kind of as a proof of concept, I guess, I started making these little phone holders. Turn around maybe to see how it works. Anyway, they just sit there and they get y'all balanced back up again. There's some balancing act with my phone. Okay, I think I got you. But anyway, your phone will sit here. They need some refinement, but I figured, what the heck? I'm just experimenting with it. This is just some 2.5 millimeter plywood. I bought it on Amazon cheap. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to make any more of them to sell or not. This is the second one. There, I can show you the first one too. It's as you can see, it's a little bigger, and I thought it was narrower, but for some reason they didn't get the second one as narrow as the first one. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I gotta do some refining. Your cord is supposed to go down through this hole and down through this one and over, however you want to do it. But that doesn't work too good. I don't know if I can. Let me look and see. There we go. These just slide together, and they're a pretty snug fit. They don't come apart too easy. But you can see they just slide together. So, but I can't get that notch back much further without interfering with that. So that's what I did today. It's been a week full of minor first world irritations for me. You know, we all have them. They don't amount to anything, but you get several of them in a row and it gets aggravating. But anyway, we've got the cows home. Have had no pigs escape. We've got to get some scheduled for the processor in the next couple of weeks, I guess. So, I don't know, that's what's been going on. It says that I got 2 people on here. Well, I'm watching on my desktop so that I can see the comments. And that way I can respond to them if I get any. Last night was pretty successful, I felt like, for my first live with no promotion. I just jumped on here and started jabbering. And had a nice little conversation with Hope for Life Walker. Had a few small conversations with her over the, I guess, last couple of years. You know, I go on other chats and she'll be on there. So, I don't know. It says there's one other person besides me watching, so say something. Leave me a comment so I know I'm not just talking to myself. We have chickens, so we don't check the price of eggs in the store. So I was in Wally World forget which, it was Thursday, I think. And $5.46 a dozen for eggs. That's crazy. I'm glad we've got our own chickens. And our chickens have just started laying again because it's winter time, and I don't know, with chickens they need so many hours of daylight every day, and so they'll stop laying in the winter time because they don't get enough daylight. You can put a light on them and that'll help, but I don't like to do that. So ours quit laying for a while, but now they're laying again, so we don't have to buy any of those $5.46 a dozen eggs. That's crazy. And I've talked about this before with the how it's got to do with this bird flu thing. You know, when they kind of feel like I'm repeating myself on this. You know, if you watch my channel, I've mentioned it before, but when whoever does the testing comes in and tests these flocks of chickens, if they find one bird, just one, that's got the bird flu, they cull every one of them. Instead of separating that one bird out, culling it, and then checking all the rest, then coming back in a day or so, checking again, you know, I would think, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I would think that it would be possible at some point for the chickens to develop some kind of resistance. You know, kind of like people do with stuff. So, I don't know, that's just my thoughts. Okay, got a comment on the eggs. Yeah. Tammy and them farm fresh eggs are the best. We've got to add chickens this spring. Ours are getting old and they're slowing down on laying, so yep. The price is crazy. And Tammy, you know, in the city of Joplin, at least a few years ago, you could keep, now you may not, I know your living situation, but if anybody else lives in Joplin, Missouri, you can keep chickens in the city of Joplin. You just can't have roosters. You can only have hens. Which, you know, I don't know. I know a lot of people are annoyed by roosters, but they don't bother me. I enjoy them. But even the crowing, so, but I grew up with it. And Tammy, I'm glad you got some good eggs. I'd like to say, well, get a hold of me and I can get you some, but we're not getting that many anyway, so hopefully by next fall we'll be picking the pace up on that. Rhonda and I have discussed it, and we've decided we're going to add some more. We haven't discussed how many yet, but we are going to add some. So, yeah, that's the problem. Like I said, I know your living situation, and I didn't figure they would. Joel Salatin talks about a deal, and I can't remember where it happened. It was in some city over in Europe, and they went through and they asked people The city gave them, each household, 3 hens, and the people would feed the chickens their food scraps, and that eliminated, I don't know, I'll have to look, I need to look that up, but it eliminated a lot of just trash out of the landfill. So, plus it gave the family a good source of protein, which eggs are a good source of protein. Seeing a lot of information now that eggs are good for you again, that they never were as bad as people said that they were. A lady I worked with, she's passed away now, so I can say her name, Cherry Alice. She kept chickens in Joplin. She gave me a couple of roosters. She'd ordered some chicks, and they happened to have a couple of roosters in them, so she gave them to me. And that's how I learned you could have chickens in Joplin. And a lot of cities are like that. But, anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about? This bird flu thing. The last I saw anything, the state of Missouri had killed over 2 million chickens. And that's not just laying hens, that's all chickens in these big grow-out operations. Imagine that, over 2 million chickens just in the state of Missouri. Most of them came from southwest Missouri. Tyson Foods is a big producer, and they have a lot of contract farmers scattered around southwest Missouri. So, and it's going to take about 40, 45 weeks, 50 weeks, about a year to replace all those laying hens. There are some already in, but to get back up to capacity, it's going to take almost a year. Because it takes, no, wait a minute, I got that wrong. It takes 21 days to hatch out an egg. And then it's about, I think they're about 22 weeks old on average before they start laying. Now, some of the big, all of these corporate egg farms, they have their own, what's the word I'm looking for? But they have their own special line of chickens that, they're guarded secrets. You can't get any of those chickens. Not until they've bred a new line that's better. And then some will sneak out. But, so they may have something that lays before 22 weeks. I don't know. I checked into just a little bit, figured out I didn't want to do it, but checked into getting into that, the corporate chicken farming. Rhonda and I know some folks that do it, and I did some research on it, and no. I mean, you're almost $1 million in debt before you get your first chickens to raise, and you take all the loss, if there is any loss. And it's just not worth it, for me anyway. I was kind of hoping to keep this going for an hour, but I don't know. With everything that has come out over the, the thing that happened where everybody had to cover their mouth and stay 6 feet away from each other. And this is getting into conspiracy land, but I wonder if not what this bird flu is. I don't know. But it just seems odd to me, like I said earlier, that one chicken in a flock will cause them to cull the entire flock. So, Timmy, if you're still on here, are you able to hear me okay? I know you made comments, and I hope I responded and you heard me. But anyway, okay, good. I got this heater going over here, and it's kind of loud. And last night, I was told it just sounded kind of like wind, so it wasn't a big deal. I don't know. Anybody got any thoughts on the bird flu or anything else? I don't know. I'm liable to get off onto some crazy conspiracy stuff if we're not careful. Okay. We get that heater over there. I've got they call them a torpedo heater or a jet heater, but going, and it's kind of loud. I see the #1 farmhand heading this way, so I wonder what he's up to. But yep, looks like he's coming here. So we're gonna see what he's got going on. And there he is. Oh, I guess he's not coming in. What do you need? Nothing? Oh, okay. You can come in here and sit. They can't see you. Okay, well, okay, I guess he's going to come in and hang out for a little while. He doesn't want to be on camera, though, so I won't put him on. You can put that coat over on the table or something, or up on the saw, I don't care. Just don't catch it on fire. Yeah, that's weird that, of course, the odds of them only having one bird's probably low, but still, I would think they would monitor that. And I wouldn't think that it would be cheaper to run tests on them every couple of days than to just kill the whole flock. But anyway. So, I don't know. Just don't know. You know, our president has got people stirred up. I've got opinions on that, but I don't know if I ought to launch into those right now or not. We do have a pig available if anybody's looking for one. Should be ready to go to freezer camp at the end of this month, first and next, somewhere in there. But checking on the #1 farmhand there to see what he's up to. Oh, let me see. What else I want to talk about? I really don't have a whole lot I want to talk about. I thought maybe somebody start a conversation about something. But it doesn't look like I'm gathering much interest tonight. So yeah, we've been going about a half hour. may do another one of these tomorrow. I don't have to work tomorrow. I may not work the rest of the week with this weather. But that's crazy. I'd been watching the forecast since, as far out as I could get it since the middle of January. It looked like this entire month was going to be pretty good. Yeah, that didn't happen. That fell apart pretty quick, huh? Tammy, if you're still here, how much snow did you guys get last week down there? Or last night even? It seemed like we got more snow down around Joplin than we got up here. I mean, well, everything we got last night's about gone now. So, yeah, and they're calling for, I've heard, up to 18 inches. Okay, well, I don't know, from what I was seeing on Facebook, nobody was posting how much they got. It seemed like last night they were talking about it snowing pretty hard down that way. So, I was just curious. Yeah, that's what we got. About what we got last week was about 6 inches. We was out of school for 2 days, so yeah. Like I said, they're talking about Tuesday being up to 18 inches. I've heard. I don't know. I hope it's not that much. I kind of enjoy my snow days, now that I work for a school, but I don't know if I want that many. I definitely don't want that much snow. So, I got to say something instead of just sitting here. Weather's crazy. It's been snowing in Florida, which it happens, I know that. It's just been crazy weather. I did watch, and I heard this years ago, right after the big tsunami that hit Japan, and then I was watching a video on it, I think last night, how that earthquake that caused that tsunami caused the earth to tilt on its axis. Yeah, that's what most people are saying, Tammy, is 8 to 12 inches. I heard one person say 18, but most of them are at 8 to 12 that I've seen. But anyway, I've had this feeling that our seasons are off by about a month. The season changes, it seems to me, and I wondered if that had something to do with it, the fact that the Earth axis is at a different angle. It's moved like, I think they said 35 feet. That's crazy. And I've heard a lot of talk about lately in different places about the poles switching. So, that would be crazy. I don't know what that would mean for us, but it would be crazy. All the scientific experts I've heard say that it's happened before. So, I don't know. Anybody else notice or feel like the seasons are off a little bit in their timing? And also in this video, I've heard a lot of people say this. Let me do this first. The days seem to be shorter, they say. The time's moving faster. And that video kind of said something to that effect, that our days are now shorter by milliseconds, which I don't know that we would notice that, but I don't know. And it may just be I'm getting old and, maybe my mind has slipped a little bit, I don't know. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and man, and I'm not going to go into any of this, but I've been listening to a lot of conspiracy theory stuff. Ooh, there's some crazy stuff out there. Crazy. I don't know. What do you think about what Musk has been doing with this Doge thing? Anybody got any opinions on that? I don't know. I think generally it's going to be good. I know a lot of people are losing good jobs. A lot of what I assume to be good people are losing jobs. There's a lot of bad people losing jobs too, but I had someone arguing or claiming that, they were complaining about some park rangers getting let go. I don't know how many of them there were, and I said, well, it happens in the private sector all the time. And they come back and said, no, it does not happen in the private sector. And if it did, you would get a notice. And that's not true. And it was reminded the place where my significant other works. One day they just walked in and laid off a bunch of people. And I know a job I had, they laid off 120 people in one day. And they gave us a warning it was going to have a layoff, but we didn't know it was going to be like that. It was half the workforce, just in one day. And then they told us afterwards, they had meetings with small groups of us, and said, okay, well, we're done for the day. We're not laying any more people off. We got a few that didn't work today that we're going to get, but, but what it came down to was just a random draw. So it happens. I feel for those people who are losing jobs and, they weren't prepared for this. And, but I think my job counts somewhere around 40 in my lifetime. So, usually from me leaving, but I learned early on that there's no first of all, there's no loyalty from the company to the employees. It doesn't exist. And there's no security. There's no such thing as job security. You could be working a job for 30, 40 years, which has happened at that place I work. And Tammy, if you're still here, you know where that place was. I don't want to mention her name on here, but anyway, you get a bad CEO or they make some bad financial decisions, it costs everybody their job. 100-year-old companies go out of business just that quick. So, like I said, I learned. I read a sign in an HR office one time. Yeah. Yep, Tammy, I remember that. But I read this sign that said, if you want to know what kind of an impact you leaving here will make, fill up a bucket full of water, put your hand in it, pull your hand out, and see what kind of holes in the water. And that taught me right then that I'm just a replaceable cog in the machine. And, they said if you fall over dead, your job will be posted before your funeral. So, and so I never felt secure at any job I've ever had after that. So, and especially at that place that we're talking about, Tammy, it was, yeah, and it's funny because before I started working there, you couldn't hardly get a job there. So nobody ever quit. They had a lot of layoffs, but they would lay them off for a day or two or a week and then bring them back. And that's why a lot of them stayed. They liked that. But so yeah, well, I have sympathy for those people. It's just a fact of life. I think it's a good deal that they're trying to get the United States finances under control. I mean, anyway, I'd kind of like to go here about another 19 minutes or so, 20, whatever. If I can find stuff to jabber about that long. So, anyway, kind of hope that there'd be more people on here, but it's only being the second one. I guess I can understand it. I know there's a lot of the weekend nights, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. There's a lot of live streams out there. A lot of people like doing live streams because, just like this, Tammy, you've been here the whole time, so I get credit for your time. If I can get you to stay for an hour, I'll get an hour of watch time. So, there's people hopping in and out. So, if you're just hopped in here, what's on your mind? We talked about price of eggs and bird flu and job security or the lack thereof. I don't know. I know that when that stuff started, it started in late 2019, early 2020. That's when I got serious about growing my own food. I haven't done so good with the gardening stuff, but we got the protein side covered. We got eggs, we got pork, we're going to have some beef probably next month. Nothing extra, just enough for us on the beef, and we might start having goat meat. We've got goats, and I'm pretty sure that 3 of those girls are pregnant, or those 3 girls. We only got 3 girls, but they're all pregnant, we're pretty sure. So, I'm hoping that we'll get some good, healthy baby goats here shortly. Eating some goat milk. I talked about milk last night, and I talked about the A2A2 protein. So, but goat's milk also has the A2A2 protein, which is really good for you. And we're going to have some of that. The problem is that goats don't give a lot of milk. A heavy milker, well, I understand it to be about a quart. So Ethan will drink that with his breakfast. But I'm kind of looking forward to the goats and see how all that works out. Okay, well, this isn't a very exciting video of me just sitting here. So I'd like to fill up another 15 minutes. Tammy, if you're still here, you got anything on your mind? What about you? You got anything on your mind? No? Okay. He doesn't like hearing his voice on recorded, so he doesn't want to talk. But he's talked to me about starting a podcast. Oh no, that's all right. I appreciate you being here. Kind of running out of things to talk about that might be generally entertaining or educational or whatever. You probably noticed I'm in the manufacturing facility here where, it's a slow process getting this put together. But it's coming together slowly. I got to get the electrical done. That's my next big thing for this, is get the electrical done. Well, I can talk about a lot, but I don't know that everybody wants to hear about it. The JFK files coming out, that's pretty interesting. I would sure like to read all of those. I have a podcast I listen to. I didn't ever realize just how convoluted that whole story is until I started listening to this podcast. It's called Solving JFK. It's crazy. And I also read a book over the summer, I believe it was, called Chaos. And the book started out, it was supposed to be about the Manson family. Well, in researching this, they found out that it went a lot further than just the Manson family. There was a free clinic in the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco, and there was this doctor that was there, and he was involved with the MK Ultra program. If you don't know what that is, it was a program where they used LSD and other drugs to see if they could control people's minds. Well, when Dr. Deli West pops up, he was the psychologist that met with Jack Ruby just before he had a heart attack and died, right after the JFK assassination. So, the JFK files would be really interesting to have or to read. I don't know if you'll get to see them all or not. I know the lady that's reviewing all of that for release has come out and said that she's pretty sure there was 2 shooters. But there's all kinds of stuff like that going on. And so I don't know. We got about another 11 minutes. I'd like to fill up with something. I highly recommend that book, Chaos, if you're interested in that kind of thing. And also, I read a book on Ruby Ridge, probably the best thing I've read on it. It doesn't paint Randy Weaver as a hero. It doesn't paint the government as a hero. And it seems to me it's probably a pretty honest look at that whole situation. And my come away from it was, my takeaway was that it was government overreach, just like Waco was. Both of those things could have been handled way differently. So, I don't know. Anybody got any opinion on that? I'm just talking to fill time right now. I said I'd like for it to go an hour, but these are the kind of things that I'm interested in. I don't talk about them a lot on my channel because I'm not an expert on it. I just pick things up here and there. So, said everybody's doing okay around here. We're all mostly healthy, and hope everybody out there is too. I just realized tomorrow would have been my dad's birthday. Let's see, what would it have been? I can't remember. Let me do some math real quick. Try to find a pencil. Let me see. I know this was exciting YouTube video, but he would have been would have been 83 tomorrow. Yeah. But he's been gone about 9 years now. Anyway, so I guess I will go ahead and wrap this up, and maybe I'll do it again tomorrow night. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yep, me too. But like I said, I think maybe we'll do this maybe tomorrow evening. I don't know. Depends on what's going on. And I may do one every day this week because I may not have to work. I don't know. So, yeah. Think about it. Okay, it says here I'm live, but over there we go. Did a little buffering, and it's only done that twice tonight. That's pretty good. Last night I had to do it 3 or 4 times. And I think it's just because I'm so far away from the internet. We have Starlink, and I like it. So, okay, well, I'm gonna wrap this up, and let's all look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can, and don't forget to pray. Good night. Nope, still says I'm live here. Here, maybe that. Okay, yes I do.